Spamming Tempest Barrage with the Corroding Barrage augment to strip armor. Dropping into Undertow the moment his armor has been completely removed to begin charging Tentacle Swarm. Charging this ability increases the amount of tentacles granted and would normally double the range at which they would spawn, but all tentacles will center on Hydroid when casting it from within Undertow. Positioning myself in such a way that Tyl is forced to move through the swarm as he attempts to attack. The tentacles now target nearby enemies more intelligently, so they are far more accurate. Enemies can find it difficult to path to your location when submerged, making it more reliable just to emerge and stay mobile. Staying safely submerged whilst stripping the armor from these manics. I discovered that manics are immune to Undertow and Tentacle Swarm, so I decided that my next best option was to duel them with a L100. Throwing down some Tempest Barrage for the occasional stagger that manics are susceptible to, and to begin stripping Tyl's armor again. Staying extremely mobile whilst manics are alive, because it's game over the moment they lock you into their ground and pound animation. Zenuric to passively regenerate 4 energy per second for the duration of the mission. Staying in operator form until Tyl locks himself into an animation, creating a moment of safety to move back into my frame. I found that keeping a statue leg between us would usually cause him to rush over and lock into his slam animation, forcing him to take some reliable damage from the tentacles. Tidal Surge can briefly knock down a manic for just long enough to fire a few rounds into them. Controlling the bombard until the more dangerous threat has been neutralized. Tidal Surge can be used to move when in undertow. The Bombard is also susceptible to Undertow and Tentacle Swarm, so I employ the same tactics against him as against Tyl.
So I was going through my editing process of today's sortie, and I was sitting here looking at the ratings that I gave it, and I thought it might be a good idea to give a bit of context as to why everything is so abnormally high comparatively. This is my Warframe footage folder. This is where OBS records to and dumps everything as a raw format. So that is the uncut footage of today's sortie, and those are the builds for it. This incomplete file here is the recording that I'm making right now. And this bloopers folder is where I put all my failures. So for instance 32 is today's sortie, so I've already put all the failure clips into that. If I go into 31, you can see there's 7 items in here, and they correspond to the defense sortie I did with Ember, where I'm using the Venka Prime. So I don't know why I was unhappy with this one, but for whatever reason I clearly was. Cancelled that. We go back another day. There's 9 items in this one, and that is corresponding to the interception that I did with Nyx, where I was running around as the operator. Skip to the end, see what happens. Yep, just got smashed by someone off camera. If I move back to here, you can see there's only 2 in that folder, 9 in that folder again. There's 19 in this one, so this was a bad day for me. That was Necros against Sargus Rock. So you can see this clip's only 20 seconds long. I had the Tsar, blew myself up. So yeah, 19 definitely above average, that was a bad day. But then if we go down to 32, there's 70 items. 70 attempts took me today. Which is not good, clearly. So if I go to details, I'll sort that by length. So you can see under length here, it shows you the length of the clip. So there's a couple that are only 1 and 2 seconds long. That would just be an audio bug that I occasionally get. The ones between 16 seconds and maybe 2 minutes are probably just running to the arena and getting killed, or messing up some parkour or something. And then everything below that is likely in the arena. So I'll open that up. Yeah, so I'm in the arena here. Obviously not happy with it. Yeah, this guy caught me mid-air and just ground and pound me into the ground. If I go to these bottom 5 or 6-ish, they were all completion runs. So you can see that the extraction marker has popped, and for whatever reason I'm just blasting these trash mobs. I'm pretty sure I jump into the water at the end of this one. Yeah, not happy with it. Cancel that recording. We go up a couple. Skip to the end. All the tentacles beaten Tyl to death. Extraction marker pops. And it looked like there was a bunch of manics still floating around, so clearly the execution wasn't up to par. Let's cancel that recording. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of how much time and effort actually went into this video. So I was here when, like, I was awake when this ticked over, and it ticks over at about 1:30 AM for me, and it's about 10:30 now. 10:30, maybe 10, about that. Maybe cut an hour or two off of that for taking a break afterwards and getting some food and whatnot, but that's still a solid 6 or 7 hours that I was actually in here testing out different strategies and ideas and stuff. I probably had maybe 8 or 9 different strategies that I tried, different gear on Hydroid. I was very stubborn, had to be done with Hydroid, had to be killed with his abilities. Like, I couldn't have any kind of damage coming from weapons towards Tyl, like Tyl Regor. Didn't really care about the Manics, although I would have preferred to kill them with Hydroid, but they are basically immune to all of his abilities, which is just ridiculous. Hopefully that's a bug. And then I got stubborn with the Lato, decided that it had to be done. I knew I could do it, just had to brute force my way through. So, you know, it's not that the mission itself was difficult, it was that I made it very difficult for myself. But yeah, it was just a very interesting experience, and I thought it would be sort of enlightening for you just to see how much time and effort really did go into it. So yeah,